Okay, this one is a little story about a man named Jonathan Bing. Poor old Jonathan Bing. Move it a little closer. Went out in his carriage to visit the king, but everyone pointed and said, "Look at that! Jonathan Bing has forgotten his hat." He'd forgotten his hat. Poor old Jonathan Bing went home and put on a new hat for the king. But by the palace, the soldier said, "Hi, you can't see the king. You've forgotten your tie." He'd forgotten his tie. Poor old Jonathan Bing, he put on a beautiful tie for the king, but when he arrived, an archbishop said, "Oh, you can't come to court in pajamas, you know." Poor old Jonathan Bing went home and addressed a short note to the king. "If you please will excuse me, I will come to tea, for home is the best place for all people like me." Let's see. So this story is kind of just a silly story. It has a bunch of rhymes in it. But Jonathan Bing, he first forgot his hat, then his tie, then let's see what was next. Then he was still in his pajamas, so he had to go home. He wrote the little note, "If you please will excuse me, I won't come to tea, for home is the best place for people like me." Say the word tea. Tea. Tea is usually a party or gathering held in the afternoon where tea, sandwiches, and little desserts are often served. I will meet you at tea and we can have a little snack to hold us over until dinner. Tea. So it's usually fancy little gathering where tea, sandwiches, and desserts are served. I'm going to say a word. You tell me if you think tea, this explains tea, the event, or not. Fancy sandwiches? Yes, tea. Evening dinner. Dinner at night. Is that the same thing? Nope. Tea with honey? Yeah. Hiking through the forest? No. Fancy clothes? Tea. Yep. It's kind of a fancy little lunchtime event. All right, that's the story for today.